escaping the shadows. It was a moonless night, and the darkness swallowed the woods, concealing all signs of life. The evergreen trees stood tall and silent, their branches intertwining like skeletal fingers, casting eerie shadows on the forest floor. In the heart of this foreboding woodland, a woman named Claire found herself alone and lost, wandering aimlessly through the labyrinthine woods. Claire had embarked on a weekend getaway to reconnect with nature and find solace from the chaos of city life. But what was intended as a peaceful retreat had quickly turned into a terrifying nightmare. As midnight approached, a dense fog rolled in, obscuring her vision and making her surroundings unrecognizable. As she stumbled through the undergrowth, her heart raced, amplifying each rustle and distant howl of the nocturnal creatures. Every step Claire took seemed to be echoing through the eerie silence of the night. Panic coursed through her veins as the ancient trees seemed to taunt her with their sinister whispers. Suddenly, a rustle nearby shattered the fragile calm. Claire's heart lurched in her chest, and her breathing became increasingly shallow. She strained her ears, trying to determine the source of the sound, but all she could hear was her own pulse pounding in her ears. Fear gripped her, constricting her chest like an icy vice. Adrenaline surged, and with a surge of desperate energy she began to run, her body moving by instinct alone. The predator, always one step behind, seemed to be gaining on her with each fleeting moment. Stumbling upon a dilapidated cabin, Claire shot through the door and slammed it shut behind her, panting heavily. The room was consumed by an oppressive darkness, devoid of any sign of life. It was cold, colder than the night air itself. Raising her trembling hand, she fought her way through the inky blackness, searching for a semblance of safety. Her trembling fingertips came upon a dusty lantern. Frantically, she fumbled through the darkness for matches, finally locating a damp box. A flicker of hope ignited as the lantern's light pierced the gloom, revealing the cabin's mildewed walls. But it was also in that very moment that she glimpsed her pursuer lurking just outside the cabin's window. The predator was no mere beast of the woods. It was something far more sinister. Its pale, twisted countenance was marred by long, bony fingers and hungry, lifeless eyes. Clary's heart pounded, and she fought down a scream as she realized she was trapped. Whatever haunted the night had found her refuge. With her nerves frayed and her breathing quickened, Claire's fight-or-flight response kicked in. With all her strength, she shoved the decrepit furniture against the cabin's door, praying to ward off the malevolent creature desperate to devour her. Her heart pounded in her ears as she desperately searched for an escape, her mind racing for a solution. Suddenly, she spotted a narrow hidden trapdoor in the floor, partially obscured by a worn-out rug. Pulling it open, she found a secret basement, a forgotten chamber that offered a desperate glimmer of hope. Without hesitation, Claire clambered down into this grim sanctuary, her heart pounding in her ears like a war drum. The basement was suffocating with an earthy stench, the air clogged with memories of decay. Old forgotten relics and rusted tools lay scattered around, bearing witness to the basement's long-forgotten purpose. As the door above creaked open, Claire stifled a gasp, silently praying she hadn't been found. Huddled in the shadows, she watched as the predator's chilling silhouette stood framed in the doorway. It hesitated, sniffing the air, hunting for her scent. Clary's heart raced, and her body seemed to disappear into the darkness. Patiently she waited, silent as the grave, minutes ticked by like hours. In an unexpected twist of fate, the creature screeched violently, recoiling in pain. The moon had peeked from behind the clouds, bathing the room in its pale light. Claire saw that the predator's hideous features recoiled from the night's illumination. Sensing its vulnerability, she seized the chance for escape. With a surge of adrenaline, Claire made her way through the woods, tearing through the undergrowth in a desperate bid for freedom. Her breath was ragged, her body exhausted, but she pushed forward, her determination unwavering. Finally, she stumbled upon a clearing where the moonlight cascaded through a gap in the dense foliage. She collapsed to her knees, tears streaming down her dirt-streaked face. The predator was vanquished, but the terror would forever haunt her, leaving an indelible scar on her psyche. As the dawn broke, casting its golden light on the forest, the shadow woods whispered a haunting lament. Claire emerged, battered but triumphant, ready to leave behind the horrors of the night and return to the realm of safety. Yet forever etched in her memory, the woman would always remember the night,